Welcome friends, welcome back to Cocktails After Dark. Today we're going to do a cocktail that I saw on a cocktail menu a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't order it. And the reason I didn't order it is because, one, I didn't want to live through the indignity of drinking it the way they were serving it. Sometimes bars, taverns, restaurants, they choose glassware for cocktails that it's just like, why? What, you want people to order it? I know that you're trying to make it so that a certain group of people order it, but that excludes other people who just don't want to suffer the indignity of drinking from your glassware. The other reason I didn't order it, and probably the real reason, the biggest reason, is that on a very expensive cocktail menu, this cocktail cost 4 times as much as anything else. And I thought, it's just a vodka. It's just a vodka tomatini, or a martini tomatini. So I didn't order it, but the real reason it was probably 4 times as expensive as everything else is it's a cocktail that contains vinegar, and it contained balsamic vinegar. And balsamic vinegar can be incredibly expensive depending on which one you've got and which one you're putting in the drink. And so I expect they were probably using a really expensive balsamic. I know I posted a picture on Instagram not too long ago of a tiny little bottle of balsamic vinegar, and it was like $600. It's expensive. I get it. I know why it's expensive for the real stuff. I'm not using a particularly good balsamic vinegar today. So the cocktail is vodka, lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, gum syrup, but you could use just a regular simple syrup if that's all you've got. I started out by throwing a couple of little cherry tomatoes in there, a couple grinds of black pepper, and I'm going to start out just by muddling down those tomatoes. And once I've got them muddled down, just to kind of break them up a little bit, now we'll go in with some ice. And give it a shake. Okay, get rid of the ice from the glass. And like all of these, it gets a double strain. Now, of course, you don't have to double strain. I kind of like double straining just to pull out any little shards of ice. Okay. And we're going to garnish this with a spicy pickled bean. And there we have it, the tomatini. Let's see. The color isn't terribly inviting. I mean, it's kind of a, brown, which is probably why at the restaurant they had it in a much shallower glass, one of those giant martini glasses that are impossible to drink out of. I can't stand drinking out of those big martini glasses. And it had, a couple of grape tomatoes, a couple of cherry tomatoes, a piece of shrimp, and some other things as, decoration on the side to try to draw your eye away from the color that's imparted by the vinegar. And I mean, you can't get away from the vinegar. I suppose there are white balsamic vinegars, but, that's not, to me, that's not a true balsamic vinegar. Anyway, let's give it a shot. I like that. I really like that. The lemon is pretty muted. The sharp tang of the balsamic vinegar is gone. And with balsamic vinegar of this age, you shouldn't get a sharp tang anyway. But the flavor of the balsamic vinegar is there, and it's absolutely wild. Now, vinegar in cocktails is as old as the hills. Vinegar in cocktails goes way back. If you go back and you look at something like shrubs, drinking shrubs, they were alcoholic and they were vinegar. It was essentially the spoilage that had, it had turned to alcohol and then it had started to turn to vinegar, and people started drinking it and realized, hey, you know what, this tastes really good. So this works. Now, this is not the vodka that they used in the restaurant. They were using, I think it was Kettle One, which is, one of those giant international brands. Nothing wrong with it. The whole purpose of most vodka is that it's flavorless. It's not supposed to have any flavor. I kind of like potato vodka because there's something more to it than a grain vodka. A grain vodka is very clean, smooth, clear, no flavor. It doesn't feel like anything in your mouth. Whereas a potato vodka has more substance to me. It feels like it coats the inside of your mouth. And so that coating of the inside of your mouth with the gum syrup keeps this flavor from this in your mouth for quite some time. Okay. To me, that's a winner. But I'm going to say it's not for everybody. I'm going to say for every 10 people that try it, 9 probably won't like it. I kind of like it. It is something that, with the right food and the right company, I could go through a few of these. So, thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.